Welcome to Small Business Big Visibility. We're in the middle of a mini series on business fundamentals. Now, these are the foundational pieces that a business owner needs to understand, not necessarily the day they open their business, but in order to be successful long-term with their business, to not get stagnant, to not stall out in a business, to not burn out in your business. Business owner really needs to have some of these principles baked into their brain. They need to make sure that it's the way they view the world. When a business owner makes those shifts in the way they view things, then they start acting differently. And when they act differently, the business gets morphed and adjusted and changed to match the new view that business owner has. And as that happens, they can grow and be more successful. Today, we're talking about the idea of creating offers versus creating simply a product or a service. I, for a long time, didn't understand that there was really a difference between those, and couldn't believe when I saw the difference, the change that it made in the business. Now, here's a classic example of one of the first times I ever saw an offer. I used to be, as a little kid, one who enjoyed television. I would watch TV occasionally, sometimes go to the grandparents and watch TV for a little bit, or go and stay up late on a Friday or Saturday night watching. And once or twice, I ran into these shows that were unlike anything I'd ever seen before. And it intrigued me because they were so different. Now, these shows were infomercials. And you've got this super energetic person running all over the stage, showing these other people what they can do. And other people are like, oh, wow. And everyone in the audience, I'm sure that they had like the clap card and the ooh card or something, because on cue, he'd be like, look at this. And everyone in the audience would be like, whoa. And as they'd progress, they'd show you this product or this service that they were showcasing on TV, on these infomercials, but they didn't sell you the product. Instead, what they did is they sold you an offer. So if you've ever watched one of those infomercials, you now know the difference between a product or an offer. They'd have a product, and one of the greatest ones that sticks out in my mind was it was basically just a slab of aluminum. But no, it wasn't just aluminum. This thing could defrost, it could thaw out meat so fast, you put an ice cube on there and just watch it melt. And people are like, oh, that's amazing. But it was a piece of an aluminum. That was it. And yet they were selling that thing, but you couldn't just buy one. Instead, they were going to give you one, but not one. You'd get two. And then on top of that, you'd get this special cookbook. And then they just kept adding thing on top of thing on top of thing. And pretty soon, you were getting this whole stack of stuff. And the price was just 4 easy payments of $24.99 or whatever the price was. And looking back on that, that's absolutely incredible. They could have just sold you that little piece of aluminum that helped you thaw out your meat or whatever it was. Or maybe it's the steak knife set, or maybe it's the blender, whatever the product is. They could have just sold you that product and gotten $10, $12, $20. But when they start combining and adding additional things that go along with that product, that complement that product, that add additional value to your life as the consumer, they transition from selling a product to creating an offer that's going to transform something in your life. Do you see the difference? Product, something that you need. An offer is a combination of different items with a limited time window. Usually, there's usually some kind of limit to when you can buy this offer at a specific price point. And they stack all of that together, that becomes the offer. I've gone out and worked with hundreds of small business owners and worked with just piles of them. And over time, people will be like, well, it's pretty simple. All I do is clean carpets. Really? That's the only thing you do. So you have one service, cleaning carpets. Yeah, that's it. Okay. And then we dig in a little deeper. Well, no, I actually will do this spotting treatment to get rid of pet stains as well. And then we also do a treatment to get rid of odors. And then we can put this protectant on the carpet to help the carpet stay a little more fresh and not let the dirt get into it. So we went from all I do is cleaning carpets they can clean the carpets, they can deodorize the carpets, they can remove the pet stains, and they can put a treatment on the carpet to help the carpet in between the carpet cleanings. When you take all those things and pile them up, that business owner just moved from having a product to being able to craft an offer that will help someone move from having a filthy, yucky house to having a beautiful house that's going to stay beautiful longer. That's the power of creating offers. One of the benefits of creating offers is it makes it so easy for people to understand what you're inviting them to buy. Could you imagine how confusing it would be if you walked into the grocery store and they just handed you a black bag and they're like, take that to the counter, and you're like, well, what's in it? And they're like, oh, you can look through it and see, but you don't know. How confusing would that be? But instead, you know exactly what it is you're going to buy. An offer does that as well. It adds absolute clarity to what it is you're going to get from the company in exchange for the money you're giving them. If you as a small business owner struggle to close deals, if customers are left scratching their heads saying, I'm not sure I know what I'm getting, that means you haven't clarified your offer. Another major benefit of offers is products by themselves will perform some sort of good or service, but an offer helps move someone from where they're at to where they want to be. And it's usually stacking these different products or services or benefits together is what it is that creates that sense of transitioning from where I am in pain to where I want to be. So if you haven't done that, you're doing your customers a disservice, you're doing yourself or your sales team a disservice, and you're doing your family a disservice because your business isn't growing the way it could be if you'd taken the time to build effective offers.